Hey, good evening and welcome to Raconteurs News here on YouTube in bristling bright, shiny colours here. And as you can see with the wonderful lighting rig that I've got behind me, I know it's an expensive box of lights, but you know, there you go. Good evening to you. I've not seen you for a couple of weeks. Well, I think we're a couple of weeks ago, my last show. I just didn't do what I didn't do one last week. I didn't feel very well. And I didn't really feel like it, to be honest with you. Not that I didn't feel very well. I just didn't feel. I felt a bit out of sorts, so I didn't do one. And you know, I'd not put no into it, so I didn't get no heart rate. But today, I can tell you, I've put some stuff in. I've actually done some stuff and written it down. Yeah, to talk about. So, I hope you're all right. Anyway, you don't miss me too badly. Oh, fucking God, it's nuts, isn't it? I've just opened my book up and I've just read the first line and that I've written in there, and it all came back to me like, brain implants, BBC brain implants for people with depression. Fucking brain implants. Where are we going here? I've already got a fucking fake leg. Well, I will have tomorrow once I've had thing done. That's another thing as well. Oh, God. I'm trying to fucking find some on Firefox, and it's just doing really bad stuff. Good evening, anyone. Let's say hello to the people in the chat room. Tony's in there. Denny's in there as well. Good evening to you, mate. Matt Caddy's in there, and Donna. Oh, shit, everything's gone all fucking tits up. Everything's all just disappeared. I hope I'm still here with you. It says I am. The thing on camera says that I'm still here. So let's... Oh, dear. Yeah, Dinny, Kevin. Street. Brain implant, pay TV license. Good one, yeah. That's probably right and all. Yeah, you can hear me. Good evening, Webby, as well. Webby's done a few videos. I've just got around to... I've watched a couple of them. I think I've just got the last one that's good stuff anyway. Go to Webster Report. Find the videos that he's put up there this week. Some good stuff. Anyway, what I'm going to have for you in the next couple of weeks. I know this fucking this Shayla thing didn't fucking pan out, but I'll show you messages between us if people want. That Shayla thing is on Facebook is not him. It can't be. And I thought we got 80, he got some whatever 1,000 fucking people following him. I thought it was right bloke, but obviously everyone's been fucking duped, just like I have. So it's not him. Good evening, Reggie Tuber and Lionshare. Donna and Matt said that. Welsh Dave, good evening to you, Welsh Dave. Yeah, I watched the programme last night that we're based in North Wales. North Wales, Coppers in North Wales. Yeah, good stuff. All good stuff. Everything at the moment on the television, and I know that these are big issues, so please don't take what I'm saying as anything bad or anything like that. This is not. It's just that it seems at the moment the only things that get any airtime is racism and fucking mental health problems. Now, the mental health problems can be at least could be. I hate the reflection in my glasses. I might have to wear contact lenses. Can you get reading contact lenses? Can you? Oh, excellent. Reading contact lenses. If not, I've just invented them. Oh, dear. And your host is LOL. Don't get that one. Don't get that, Dinny. Don't get that. What were I saying? What are I talking about? The what? Apart from that, what were I saying before? All right. Oh yeah, I want to mention to Uni as well. I've been in contact this weekend, and he's going to come on. So I ain't even had a fucking joint yet, and I'm still losing my fucking. Ron, good evening to you, Ron. Sorry about that, mate. I didn't see you. And Kendo and everybody else. Paula and Uni. I've got Francis Richard Conley. I've been in touch with him this weekend. I've been chatting with him. It's catching up. So he's agreed to come on. So I'm going to get Francis Richard Conley on in the next couple of weeks. So I'm going to get Uni on with me as well. So if you want to, I'm going to get Uni on, because I know you're a big fan, Uni, and you'd probably like to ask him some questions. Did I hear from Shayla? No, I don't think it's him, Webber. I don't think it's him. I don't think it's him. I'll show you. I'll show messages that I fucking got from him. Let me at least get. Oh, Paula as well. Good evening to you, Paula. I forgot about you. I saw you in earlier on. I forgot about you. I didn't forget about you. You just briefly slipped my mind just for a second or two. I was just reading everybody going past, and yeah, fanboys. Yeah, there you go. You are a bit of one of them, aren't you? So yeah, Francis Richard Conley is going to be coming on in the next couple of weeks. He's got a new book out at the moment. Don't know what it's called. Fuck me. Can't remember what it's called. But anyway, he's got a new no, we might only have him for an hour, but in fact, no, he'll probably come on for both 2 hours. So yeah, I'll get you on. You can have a couple of questions to him. Which day? I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'll let you know a long time before, so you can make sure you've not got any sports or out that you're going to be doing, or going out to discos. You might be going out disco dancing. Ooh. Reflection in my door, me see-through door. Oh fucking hell. Anyway, tons to talk about. I'm going to be talking about something a little bit later on called sports and disco. Yeah, there you go. That's it. You're going to be you're going to be doing that disco dancing. It's Uni, isn't it? Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk. I'm a woman's man. No time to talk. Heavy mods. Paul, are you not a mod, Paul? I can't see who's a mod or anything, because it comes up on here, and I should perhaps have it on there, but my bandwidth's a bit crap with BT. So, and I am sporting the this season's Sheffield Wednesday shirt. It's lovely, isn't it? Yep. I'll tell you, I'm going to you puff, Jason. What were you calling me a puff for, Dinny? Yeah, later we're going to be talking about something called the Dunning-Kruger effect. The Dunning-Kruger effect. I don't know if you know about that, but I'll get somebody along. I've got somebody along to explain it to you, so I don't have to, because it's quite long. We're looking on Wikipedia. Are they Saudi-owned, Jace? Yeah, probably are. Yeah, there's that. I mean, so much going on. Facebook's gone down in the time that I've been off. Facebook's gone down, but unfortunately, it came back up again and fucking bit us on arse. And like Webby's always pointed out, you don't get any notifications. Nobody gives you a like or anything like that, and no notifications. It's brilliant. It's like being on your own. It's probably, if you this shadow banning that they do, there might be some people that perhaps think that it's the people on there that don't give a fuck about them. Perhaps that's the fucking reason they've done it. Because it does do that. I mean, when you get notifications up, it sends endorphins into your fucking brain that gives you that pleasure. Part of your brain is stimulated because you've got ooh, I wonder what these are going to be. What do you guys think about the Texas abortion trash case? Don't know about it. I've got Dunning-Kruger syndrome. I think I have as well. I watched a video on it, actually. It was really weird because it was a year ago, but it was talking about people who were anti, having a prick in their arm. It was talking about them. So it was a year ago, though. So it were in 2020. And I was watching it, and it were pointing out how people that don't want to get a prick, don't want to have a great big prick inside them, then they have to. It's because of Dunning-Kruger syndrome. It'll be explained later on. I'm going to get somebody along to explain it to you, so that I don't have to. But I was watching this video, and this guy's called Dr. fucking Summit Grand. Oh, I've got it written down actually. Dr. Todd Grande. It's got Grand with an E on end, so it's American, so it'll be Grande, ain't it? Or I don't know. Not be like here, fucking Yorkshire. Grand. It's Grand, lad. Your name's Grand. Yes, I know that, Grandad. Sorry. So yeah, that's. I'll be talking about that in a bit. But yeah, there's tons of stuff. It's just gone crackers. Loads of conspiracy theories about, as if they wouldn't be. Lots of conspiracy theories about whether or not Facebook did that on purpose. Did the taking it down on purpose? There was a whistleblower that came out of the same day who was apparently blowing the whistle on Facebook, and here I am. I'm talking about it on Facebook. Is that and Grand Wizard? Yeah, that's probably right. It's probably right. Did you try get any joy with Shayla on Twitter? No, I didn't. Spanish chicken. No, none at all. I don't think that's him as either. I don't think any of them are. Or she or fucking whatever. If I tell you what, if it is, it's a fucking prick. He's a prick. If it was him, he's a prick. Some women have tried to make abortion a normal thing. It's not. Yeah, we've been doing it over here. Similar sort of thing over here. I highlighted it. A couple of have Dunning-Kruger syndrome. Sufferers had Stockholm syndrome. We've all fucking got that. I don't think there's an E on end of Stockholm either. Kendo. But I could be wrong. That's probably one for Newbeam, but I've not seen her around yet. Watch him. He's not one of us. Good evening to you. I haven't seen you for a while. I haven't seen you in chat anyway. Thick Hunt as well. Facebook did the same in New Zealand. The same New Zealand shooting. They're up to something. Yeah. Are people supposed to not give official government ID to get on Facebook? I'm not on Facebook, Twitter, etc. I've never given anything. And I was looking back at my memories. I was looking back at my memories. There's so much stuff that I posted on Facebook today. One of them being about the people who've been in Facebook jail, and yes, I've been in Facebook jail. Look at me. A badge of honor, like it's a badge of honor. I just don't get it. They won't be. As soon as first time I'm banned, I don't say I'm fucking gone. I like ease. Yeah, they're all right then. I've never had one. Her body, her choice, Taylor. Face arse shite. Face arse shite. Good lad, Jerry. Oh, okay. Yeah, what did I highlighted a couple of weeks ago when I was last on how there'd been a Down syndrome girl who was pregnant who'd gone to the Supreme Court, the High Court, I think, or Supreme Court to try to get a law overturned on abortion. Now abortion up to full term can be carried out if the child is Down syndrome. which I think is fucking the worst, right up till birth. I mean, we're not talking about here somebody missing the period and taking a tablet and then, you know, losing it that way. We're talking about having to give birth and having to see, you know, I suppose they'd be sensitive and get, but it's not. It's a dead kid there. It's just don't sit right with me. I think it's dangerous where we're going. I saw a clip of that on Egan, the funeral director. I saw that. I thought the name was a bit suspect. Oh, Looney. Jason Kevin Street. I can't see them things. Some of them I can see. I can see thumbs up, but I can't see some others. Can abortion be carried out full term if the baby's a scouser? That's. I'm trying to eat a pizza, for fuck's sake, Jason. Sorry about that. It's it's not good. It's not good. We live in a world run by Satan and all these fucking minions. I'll not argue with you there, Yone Taylor. I certainly won't argue with you there. John O'Looney. I mean, that's just a little bit. It's just a little bit for me. It's just. Now we've got the apparently Mark Devlin's ill. His symptoms is what he posted on Facebook that I saw. Seem to be similar to the ones that they tell us that anyone who's got COVID would have. So flu symptoms, he's probably got flu. I think so. Anyway, get well soon to Mark Devlin, if you're listening. Which you fucking ain't gonna be. Why's he gonna fucking listen to me? Did you watch the boxing Tyson Fury? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. It were on about 4 o'clock in the morning, weren't it? Fucking hell, could stay up that late. I'm a bit knackered now. Mind you, we were up there early this morning. My car were being MOT'd. My motor vehicle. I don't give a toss anymore. Take a seat and watch the Muppets play. That's good, Dinny. That's just about what my take on it is. You know, everything's just all. I mean, there's so much happened that I'm struggling to fucking remember it, because there's one thing, then there's another, then there's another, then there's a fucking what was it called the other day? A twindemic, a fucking twindemic. So what the fuck's a twindemic? Flu and fucking COVID. I should stop saying it. I'm fucking sick of it, Jason. Yeah, I'm completely sick of it as well, Dinny. It's probably a little bit as to why that I didn't get on, do a show last week, because I would just you just don't know where to start, do you? You just don't know where to fucking start. Anyway, twindemic. I know, fucking twindemic. What's that mean? You get a jab and then you have twins. Yeah. So we've got twindemic. Let me read my book. Yeah, perception confusion. Yeah, I've seen it tonight. Again, another advert. It's got a kid, a boy. He's got like curly hair, a bit like that. I don't know, some kid with curly hair. Quadrupledemic, yeah. But what he's doing is puts a fucking dress on and starts fucking putting makeup all over his face and fucking, where does it stop? I don't think there's a single race couple in this fucking ever on TV. I don't think there ever is. I don't. It's supposed to fucking be reflective of society. We've got fucking. Have you seen the Wayback Machine archive, Jace? No, I've seen that, but I've been on it before. But I've not. but I've not. I don't know. I've not seen anything about it. So whatever is happened to that, I don't know. But yeah, it's like everything's fucking trans. A turf. There's even this new term now. Turf. Trans exclusionary radical feminists. So they've got. So now that's another group. So we're going to be scared of the turfs. So they've took. They can't use the T because fucking all gays have got that. No, that's not LGBTQ. Yeah, so it's just it should just be. That's an F. That's an F. There's no F, is there either? So yeah, turfs. So it's another group that we can. The turfs are coming. The turfs are coming. Oh, take your dress off and take all your makeup off. Because they're radical feminists and they don't like the trans exclusionary. Trans exclusionary. It sounds like an airline, doesn't it? Somewhere to it's going to come in and take your stuff over to somewhere else that's over, that needs taking on a fucking plane. It's weird. Sol Urinal. Good evening to you. You sounded like a Smurf until I realised 2 pages open. Okay. On the Buses, great program back when I was a kid. Yeah, On the Buses. I don't really remember it. I know the old "I hate you, Butler," that sort of reference, but I weren't. It were a little bit before my time, before I really were able to. I think it's 70s, weren't it? And now we're only 9 when 70s 8 ended. So On the Buses, no. I've seen bits and bobs. I've said, and see, I don't get Carry On films as well. I don't get them. It just must be time and stuff. Hang on, what's this say here? Right, I got that one now. You sounded like a Smurf till I realised 2 pages up. So you got 2 tabs open with me going on. So you got 2. Sean Amos put, why do they comply? Low self-esteem, lack of self-worth, stroke self-respect, poor boundary making and insecurity. This is the legacy of adult children of emotionally immature parents who are detached. I completely agree with you, Sean. That people have got low self-esteem. They're looking to create themselves rather than work on themselves. See, that's the thing. That instead of working on themselves and being better people, what they're doing is creating what they think is that people are looking for in a better person, and that would be somebody who's good looking like me, that's got loads of money, unlike me, who's got a decent car. This is the sort of thing that people look for, rather than connecting with somebody. And this is because we've become disconnected from each other and just thrown into a place where, when we first got the internet, if all you millennials, when internet first happened, it was fucking great. It were open discussion everywhere. There were no Facebook, there were no YouTube, there were no fucking other crap. All right, it took you ages to download a fucking film or something like that. It'd take you ages unless you were on a decent connection. If you were on a dial-up connection, you'd have a picture coming down like that, and you're like, oh, and then the bit where you really, really want to look at, it's like, it's stuck, and then somebody phones you, and then the phone call waiting thing disconnects your fucking internet, and some cunts fucking tried to ring me, and I was just downloading this photograph. I've just got this photograph all the way down, and we just got to top of and it just stopped. Oh, bloody hellfire. Who are you downloading a picture of? Jimmy Savile. Oh, dear. It is, yeah. It's better, yeah, fucking nuts, man, nuts. Internet were fucking great, honestly. You don't know what you missed. I think the glory years were sort of between 2002 and 2008. I think once the first financial shit went down, that were you knew that were another 2008 crash were just it were done on purpose, right? So it were meant to happen. So. Some cunt said the M word. Great J. Cooper Clarke poem. Oh, excellent. Oh, I'll have a look at that. John Cooper Clarke. He sounds like he's a top banana. It sounds like Clarky who comes on. I think it's him, same bloke. On 56k modems took 4 days and nights to get 700k. Now takes 10 minutes. Yeah. It's just completely fucking. It's completely different. But back then there was a freedom. It was like you'd be, at playtime. You know how you weren't allowed to go on grass. Well, we weren't. When I were in primary school, there were a playground that had got like 2 goal posts on its either end, up and down. They were on a slant, but they were some what looked like goals that you could use as goals. They were just big poles, I think, that had supposed to have netballs, nets on top, hoops on top. And so it were a football, and we'd play football with a tennis ball, unless somebody brought a football in, but they never did because it always got either nicked by one of the older kids or popped. So there's a bit of fucking grass. That what it was like. It was like when they say go outside and you can go on grass and you can do what the fuck you want, and everyone just imagine all kids running out screaming. Yeah, that was what internet were like. It was absolutely brilliant, and you don't know what it is. You don't know what you're missing really. A free internet. I think we'd probably be out of this if we've got a free and impartial internet, but we're not going to get a free and impartial internet. Get on in 97 with AOL. Yeah, I did the same thing. That's where my Jason Holmes 98 AOL at AOL.com. That's where that comes from. That email address comes from my AOL account when I got an AOL account in 98. In fact. Yeah, 98, yeah. So that's why, because I would have put 97 normally, but it was 98, and I think 97 had gone. So summer, anyway, I ended up putting 98. But LimeWire, lol, downloading porn, I mean films. Yeah, LimeWire, remember that. But very dodgy stuff. Very dodgy for yourself, but like, good stuff. You could get some dodgy things on there, but I think that's probably down in annals of the old dark web or whatever it's fucking called, the web's arse as they call it. What forums were big? What forums? There were loads of forums, mate. Loose Change Forum. There were thingies, Prison Planet Forum. There were fucking loads of them. David Icke Forum. There were 911.co.uk, 911truth.co. There were British 9/11 people, and they were good days. They were good days. There were times where there were lots of information out there, and they kept doing. This is why I know that a lot of them were gatekeepers. But what a lot of them would do is, particularly the Loose Change one, was it got up to thousands and thousands of members, and then fucking Dylan would say, fucking, we'll change forum. So they'd change fucking forum to a different server, and then everyone would need to sign up again, and it kept going on like that. I think about 2 or 3 times until people got pissed off with it and sick of it and didn't know where to go. Where the fuck's Loose Change Forum? It's gone from here and it's gone to there. And so I think that's what they knew what would happen. Loose change is absolute garbage, Yoda. Yeah, it is absolute fucking garbage. Yeah, Superman, Clark Kent, he's going to be somewhere else, and he's going to be his son. Superman's going to be his son. I don't. Is that what happens on Krypton? Did they have a succession father-son thing? A succession from who killed Superman? You can't fucking kill Superman. It won't age, I wouldn't imagine. Although he did from being a kid to being a man. But you know, he's not going to die, is he? Not fucking Superman. Superman is dead. Imagine that. They'd be all out on the streets. Robin, fucking chucking windows through doors, nicking stereos. They'd all be doing that. And that'd be here. Yeah, I've just put in this in here because I'm having bisexual Superman. Yeah, his son is going to come out and he's coming out as bisexual. Clark Kent, yeah. Ben Kent, that's what they called him at Superman school. Right, it's your first day at Superman school today, Clark. I can't remember what they call him, Josh or something. Fucking Josh, something like that. Someone tell me name what he's going to be called. Because he don't Todd or something. Since when did comic book characters have sexuality? Since always. They've always had a sexuality. Do not ever say that. You're trying to say that they're not human characters. Does Superman wear Superman pajamas? Francis. It's not going to call. Is it called Francis Kent? Knowing me, I will stick it in her fucking ear. Then, lol. Right. Superman has a sexy ass cousin. Sexy to you, Uni, but you fancy fucking cartoon characters. We know that. Pony's rubbish now. One man and his camera worse than giving a chimp a typewriter. I don't watch it. I couldn't tell you. I used to be involved in porn industry, but that was many years ago. Many years ago. And yeah, it's not like it were then. Like Pope Francis. Oh, is that what it's being called? It's DC Comics, ACD. This is getting better. This is superheroes wore too much lycra. Superman is not gay. He's vaginally dyslexic. Lots of big words today. There's one. There's another word later. Next Wonder Woman, Caitlyn Jenner. Well, as I don't know, you've probably seen it, but that Dave Chappelle clip where he says fucking Caitlyn Jenner won Woman of the Year. First year as being a fucking woman. So, what film were you in? Lol. Yeah. Does Superman have Superman sheets? Carry a Superman lunchbox? He probably does. He's going to Superman school. Superman school, and you know, everyone graduates. See, everyone, you can't go everywhere, can he? You'd have to have one per country. When you get better, Alan, let's run away and get married. Okay. Is there such thing as bisexual, or just a euphemism for pervert? Oh, I mean, yeah, I don't know. If someone's gay and does bisexual, it don't really fucking matter. But it's just how it's been. You know, why does Superman have to be it? Why does Superman have to be other than Superman? That's what he should be. That's what he is. He's Superman. He shouldn't be out else. One lunchbox too many. Yeah. Jason starred in the 90s porn classic Leeds Love Length. Oh dear. Debbie does Dallas and Leeds Loves Length. Foot comics, go watch anime or read manga. Doesn't do this woke bullshit. Read manga. That's a fucking fruit, innit? Can't read a fucking manga that's a fruit. You can't read a fruit. Skin tight Superman ain't quite right. That's right. I know a guy that was big in porn, now got a dog grooming business. Lol, true. Did not move too far. Mascara steak. I rarely watch films. I get recommendation of this one, so I hired it from YouTube and watched it 2 times in 48 hours of rent. Okay, okay. They're obviously talking about something else. Yeah. So Superman's going to be gay. What else has happened? There's tons of the stuff that I haven't written down. I know I've got stuff that's written down here. Mental health and racism. The only show in town, and that's true. Mental health. They were thing last night. Fuck off, my malevolence. Jace actually made Men in Black Men. Oh dear. I'm gonna fucking do that. And I'm gonna make that. I'm gonna fuck it. What we on here? 37.5 minutes. I'm gonna put that on for a couple of minutes. I'm gonna make it the thumbnail for the finished article. It's part of the change agenda. They've ruined Wurzel Gummidge and have done some sort of bullshit Darling Buds of May thing. Yeah, I saw that. It's got him in it, hasn't it? Fucking Al Dwoat for money, Bradley Walsh. It's got him in it, I think. But fucking Darling Buds of May, I mean, are you fucking sure? It was wank the first time and it had David Jason in it, who's, a great actor and a fucking good... Well, I thought it was crap and maybe probably all right for old people at that time. Superman being gay, the only Superman thing coming out that I know is the Injustice movie. Leeds is hung like a donkey. Yeah, he may be. You know more than me. Oh, Dinny. Of course it's fucking Dinny. It's always going to be Dinny, isn't it? Always going to be Dinny. One Flew Up the Cuckoo's Nest. That movie going to be crazy. So You Rhino Bite Me, The Larkins. Anyway. Haha. Roberto Rhymes. Haha. Great. Superman can now save the world and bone some ass. Oh, dear me. Oh. I don't know how they're going to do it. Are they going to... Is it going to be like, the Superman thing? What's your name? Oh, hello there. He's going to meet somebody called Lane, isn't he? Lewis. It's going to be fucking Louise Lane or something daft like that. Because he's supposed to be Superman's son. Even though he wouldn't he'd already know her because, they'd be brother and sister, wouldn't they? I don't know what they're going to do. But anyway, he's going to go in and go, hey, I'm Superman. And the woman's going to go, oh, you don't look like Superman. Can you prove that you're Superman? Can you prove that you're Superman? Yes. Hi, I'm Superman. I'll pound your pussy, but I like a cock. He'll stretch the villains. He certainly will. Why aren't superheroes plumbers or welders? Okay. But, well, there is one, isn't there? That Mario, Super Mario. He's got super in front of his name. So, Super Mario, he is a plumber, isn't he? Well, so I'm drawn to, I'm led to believe. Anyway, I watched this video. And this video is by this guy called Dr. Todd Grand. And I watched it, and what it was people that don't want to prick, anti-science people, they are the Dunning-Kruger effect. So, what's the Dunning-Kruger effect, I hear you say? Well, just wait one moment while I transfer you to our, let me see if it's all ready. While I transfer you to entire screen, right? So, what is that? So, here's our correspondence. Entire screen. Share system audio. There we go. Why can't I fucking share that? I can't share it. Why can't I share it? Fucking hell. Oh. Duh. Right. So, our Raconteurs news correspondent, time correspondent. Are you all getting this yet? Not got the sharing thing. Share screen. Fucking hell, this is utter fucking wank, I'm telling you. I don't know what an anti thing is. Let Superman try it out first. Maybe Grizzly Adams next. It's not letting me fucking share screen. This is just mind-blowing. Mind-blowing. I can't share my screen. Share screen. Won't do it. Fucking Jesus Christ. Can you see? And I'm fucking like hindered. Let Superman try it first. They will remake Grizzly Adams next year. They will. And Little House on the Prairie. What do you make of Michael Obanisia bloke? Saw a bit of his stuff in the week. Actually interviewed him a couple of times, I think. Definitely interviewed him at least once. And I do believe twice. So if you look back on RN archives and do a search for him and then Raconteurs News, I'm sure you'll find it because, well, it's there. All the moon Apollo rockets were bisexual, apparently. Oh, I hope everyone could steal it. Oh, here we go. Oh, shoot. Right. Here we go. Come on. Well, thank you, real-time Jason. This is Jason earlier reporting for Raconteurs News. It's the Dunning-Kruger effect. So here we go. I'm going to read it out here. Can you hear me? I hope you can. Reporting from 4:39 this afternoon. The Dunning-Kruger effect. This is from Wikipedia. The Dunning-Kruger effect is a hypothetical cognitive bias stating that people with low ability at a task overestimate their own ability, and that people with high ability at a task underestimate their own ability. So if you're good at something, you're going to underestimate how good you are at it, and if you're crap at something, you're going to overestimate how good at it you are. As described by social psychologists David Dunning and Justin Kruger, the bias results from an internal illusion in people of low ability and from an external misperception in people of high ability. That is, the miscalibration of the incompetent stems from an error about the self, whereas the miscalibration of the high incompetent stems from an error about others. I'll read that again. The miscalibration of the incompetent stems from an error about the self, whereas the miscalibration of highly competent of the highly competent stems from an error about others. It is related to the cognitive bias of illusory superiority and comes from people's inability to recognise their lack of... Right, that didn't work very well, did it? Can someone translate? I had to fucking look on my pad to see what was going off. Anyway, that's what... So, anyway, this is it in a nutshell. I did that fucking all wrong. I did that earlier on at about 3 o'clock. It's 4:30 this afternoon. And it's just gone to tits up because of this. It's all gone fucking crazy. So essentially, it means that if you overestimate, if you're dumb, if you're thick, what you'll do is, if someone asks you how you're going to complete a task and you're no good at it, not thick, let's just say no good at it. No, so someone asked me to weld. I don't know how to weld, but if I think I'm clever, I'm going to underestimate how good I'm going to be, right? And if I'm if I'm crap at it, if I've never done it before, I'm going to estimate that I'm going to be really good at it. If I'm intelligent, no. If I'm see, this is why it didn't work fucking first time, innit? Yeah, I know Denny can weld. That's why I said it. Yeah, it's just yeah. So if you are right, okay. So the graph that I put on at the beginning, that showed you. So essentially, what it says is people who are intelligent, when asked about a particular task, they will underestimate how well they'll do in that task. Whereas somebody who's on the lower end, who's not educated or an expert, will think that, you know, they estimate that they're going to go higher. Oh, you all know what it means. Oh, fucking hell. Yes, a hypothetical cognitive bias stating that people with low ability at tasks overestimate their own ability and that people with high ability at a task underestimate their own ability. Fucking written down faster than I could say it. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. And he was trying to use this as a reason that people wouldn't, you know. And he said that there were sort of three different types of people. There were the people that were supportive but concerned. So they like vaccines. They're not anti-vaccination, and they. Oh God, just got a really bad ringing in my ear. Did I say something? Oh, that's better. Yeah. So he was saying that. He was saying that was a reason. So he said there were three types of people. There were people that were supportive but concerned. That's how he described it. So the people that are not against the idea completely, and not trying to stop other people from having it, but decide to not have it themselves. And then he made some fucking argument about how that on the face, the prima facie, seemed like something that, you know, is good. It's decent, but it's not. It's not. He only gave some reason why it weren't. You know, it weren't a good thing. Then he said the second one doesn't want it, but not opposed to others having it. And then he said conspiracy theorists. They were number three. And then there was the anti-conspiracy theorists who an anti-science with an anti-science agenda. Now, what I was trying to say is that fucking Dunning-Kruger thing could be from both sides. You could say the same thing, that people who It's basically saying that you think you know better than experts. Well, I don't know better than experts. It's just that I want to know why the experts are being paid to say anything. So they're being paid for that. If you were to get their argument, if you were to get their own personal argument, feelings on things, they may be quite different, completely different. In fact, the science is whoever is paying is getting the results that they want. So if the industry is paying, then they're going to want more and more and more and more, and you can't ever get to an end where it's just so much money is involved that you just can't get to the bottom of it. It's fucking, it's crackers. And it's like, I saw an advert, I think it was for fucking Dixon's or something. But it had, at the end, it said, life's better when you life's better when you listen to the experts. And I thought, no, that's obviously on two levels. It's on the level of advertising and the experts that they said that they've got in the computer shop or whatever they fucking sell, tellies and fucking PlayStations and Nintendos and that sort of shit. Yeah, there are many. I'll get to that, Webby. There are tons of people, but here's what he said. He said that the media, this was the fucking best. He said the media presents anti and pro arguments as having the same weight, the same, which is bollocks. They fucking don't. Media don't ever do that. It's always have your jab, have your jab. I've never heard, nobody's on fucking Sky saying, no, I'm not having my jab, I'm not having my jab, I'm not having my jab. There's nobody's out saying that. They're there. It's all, let's fucking just, everybody, David Beckham, fucking anything. Then you find out half England players aren't even vaccinated. They won't tell you how many, but a lot of players are not vaccinated. And but these have been going abroad. They went to, where did they go over there? Andorra. Tried to set fire to ground beforehand, right? It weren't much of a ground, but tried to set fire to it before the game. So it's just constantly pro. There's never any. So that is just a fucking downright lie. And then they said that there's this need to believe. Again, you could see that both ways. There's a need to believe. I need to believe the government because I've got to. My job depends on it, and I won't be able to go to football, and I won't. You're putting some shit in yourself that you don't know what it is. It's this need to believe works both ways. They have a need to believe. Yeah, I'll agree. This is the thing. I'll agree that there is a need to believe. There is a lot of people we need to believe. But the need to believe in something because what they used to believe in, they found out is not what they were told it were and what they were presented as. They know that. So that, Jason, we should play FIFA sometimes. Not me. Subutio, mate. Subutio. If you want to come round here and play some Subutio, bring your Subutio thing. I'll get a piece of board and we'll play Subutio. But that FIFA now. Yeah, so this need to believe is on both sides. You can't argue that anybody who asks questions, this is the thing, Webby's always banging on about this, and rightfully so. asking questions, ask questions, but you can't ask questions. They've got no questions for us. It's somebody who's pro has got no questions for us. We've only got questions for them. You don't have any questions like, oh, well, they might do, like, oh, what are you going to do when you get COVID? And you go, what the fuck are you going to do when you get COVID? Because you're going to get COVID. You're probably going to get it. You're more likely to get it than me. You know, the only thing uni flicks is his foreskin, lol. Strip snap. Yeah, we could play that online here, couldn't we? Webby's MI5. Ooh, didn't know that. No, that's it then. We'll have to get. In fact, I'll put link in and see if Webby wants to come on and tell us that he's MI5, or he might want to confess. Yeah. So this need to believe it is there. It is there, but it happens on both sides. I need to believe the government because otherwise I'm going to lose my job. But you don't actually need to believe, but you think it's the perception, perception confusion. I've written shit down here. I should look at it more often. Only it's like me speaking, it's all fucking jumbled and confused. Yeah, you could do it with, well, fucking all. We haven't even touched Prince Andrew, have we? Webby is MI7. Yeah, so this need to believe is there, but it works on both sides. And trying to make that argument doesn't really work. And I sort of put, who's the fuck's this? Well, I put in comments, I were courteous, I think. I think I would just put him though. And then something else. Can't remember. High levels of conspiratorial thinking. Have you got that? Have you got that? They're doing adverts now as well, aren't they? Is there somebody in your family that's decided that are they acting strangely? Have they shaved their head? Are they wearing a blue and white striped top? They could be a raconteur. Is there a raconteur in your midst, in your group of friends? Look around you. Is there somebody who's not conforming? No. Why is so and so not coming out? Oh well, he didn't want to get stabbed. Oh well, he's an idiot. He's missing this fucking great fun here. I'm getting fucking pissed up, and then fucking waking up next morning and realizing that I've spent about 150 fucking quid that I didn't really have on a stupid daft fucking night out. Costs you more than that. It won't cost you. It won't cost you actual cash, but it will cost you. Who in their right mind would touch Prince Andrew these days? I think there's a lot of people that would touch him with their foot really quickly and to the head. And it might sweat a bit. So I think it was Webby who put up, it might not have been actually, it might have been, but it might not have been as well. We put up a picture of him all covered in sweat and with one of them fucking things that he's got, one of them little lizards. Not little lizards, but he's that one that's just got married. And I watched something on that actually. I didn't watch it. I caught a bit of it. It was something on them two, Andrew's daughters. And it spoke about how they dealt, because she got fucking married, didn't she? During COVID and all that sort of shit. One of them. Are you from Derby, Jason? No, I'm from Rotherham initially. But my granddad was from Derby, so I might have a bit of a Derby twang, but I hope not. I fucking hate Derby accents and Nottingham ones. Sorry, it's just one of them that gets on my nerves. Andrew, don't swap. Man's not hot. No dig. ID. If all got vaxxed. No dig ID. Governmental equals mind control. Governmental, yeah. Control mind, yeah. It's just it's a mind control trick. The whole look away, Prince Andrew, look away. It's. I saw something today, and I thought that's fucking. It's nuts. I mean, this footballer Mendy, I think, who's plays for Man City. He's in prison for rape. He's on remand. He's been accused of rape. The world's gone mad. The amount of footballers. There's an Everton footballer that's been done for child abuse or been arrested for child abuse. Don't think we're allowed to say what that is. South Yorkshire. Yeah, I'm from South Yorkshire with a Cockney accent. I know that's not Cockney and that. Up the apples and pears, round and round about. What was it? I left the cheese and kisses and the God forbids and the rat and mouse. Took a flounder and dabbed out a frog and toad, where I had a very pleasant pint of pig's ear and a large pimple and blotch. Here we go. We're back to me in porn. Jace was in the 90s porn classic, The Rotherham Ramrod. No, certainly won't. Yeah, I mean, come on. For 3,000 cops in the last 4 years in England accused of sex crimes. Yeah, I saw that last night. I was up late last night. I think it was on Channel 5. I think it was on Channel 5, but yeah, that were an insight. Dispatches, I think. But obviously you're not going to get the whole story, are they? But she did. They got all numbers in all the different numbers and worked them out as to how many people had been doing what, and like loads of them fucking on sexual misconduct charges. It should just be instant dismissal once you've been found guilty of that, shouldn't it? I mean, instant. If you're a copper and you sexual misconduct, that means like having sex with a victim or something like that. There's lots and lots of people that have been using the position, and then you get this fucking murder which has highlighted everything. But I did notice the police propaganda last night was fucking wet. If you look at last night's television, it's why hasn't David Icke been taken out? I could tell you that. Yeah, there were police shows on ITV last night and Channel 4 and Channel 5. So, at different staggered times, so you could see them all. But the police propaganda, they even tried to they got these Welsh ones. I think they were they on BBC? Anyway, I think they were ITV. But there were these Welsh ones, and it were the guy when he were arresting somebody, he was talking to him in Welsh. So it seemed like it were a bit of they tried to make them seem normal as well, like human beings. They did a picture of this bloke whose dad had died and everything, and obviously that's terrible for him. But it's his business. But see what they were doing is trying to make them look human, because they're not, are they? Most adults never grow up. There you go. Need by daddy or mummy to tell them what to think or how to think. Most adults don't grow up. You're right. Most adults don't grow up. I'm sure we're kept in sort of like this perpetual adolescence, because you laugh at the same jokes. You got same people. You've got a group of mates. The group of mates. I mean, I haven't got a group of mates that I go out with, and stuff like that. But in a group of mates, when you had a group of mates, they're telling the same jokes as they were when they were kids. Same sort of jokes and same sort of laughing at same sort of things. So not moved on intellectually and not moved on. Therefore, your humour's not moved on as well. You've got to move yourself on. You've got to ask questions. You've got to be, you've got to like challenge things. Ike has got a huge following, as has Corbyn. Welsh sex offending constables. Good name for a band. Yeah, it's not bad, that. It's not bad, that at all. I was arguing with somebody who were Welsh, I think on Facebook. Not because they were Welsh, I was just arguing with, I'll argue with anybody, me. Ike is fearless. How about Corbyn? Corbyn's a fucking total wanker. I'll hold back on David Icke. Yeah, he's running a business. It is a business. That's exactly what it is. It's a business. Blazing Saddles is still the best funny film. Absolutely brilliant. Go and try and get Blazing Saddles from anywhere, or put it on somewhere. It's fucking Blazing Saddles. What a great film! What a great film. Rape, murder, arson, and rape. You said rape twice. I like rape. It's just fucking funniest film ever. If you've not seen it, you need to see it. Uni needs to see that. Blazing Saddles. Ask your mum and dad about it. Tell them you want to see it. You've got to watch it. It's the funniest piss take ever. When I was a cab driver, this is Ron. He said I could. When I was a cab driver, I could not talk to most. All they talked about was sex and football. Alrighty then, and you know not about either. Ron, do you have a big clock? I have a copy of Blazing Saddles, says Ron. I've got it on DVD somewhere, but I ain't got a fucking DVD player, so it's no use. But I'm sure you can get it. Probably get it online, and probably pick it up for next to no. Or fucking rape is not a funny subject. Shame. I'm not laughing at rape. I'm talking about the film. It's the film. It was a line in the film. It's not a funny subject. You're right. It's not. But it was part of the film. Fucking Jesus Christ. Ooh, I wish I'd put my wig on now. Shame. Oh, well. The sheriff is near. The sheriff is on it. Ding. Funny as all. No, God, Robert. And they're all called fucking Johnson. Adel Johnson is right. It is if the sheep is wearing a clown nose. The Producers classic. I've not seen The Producers. Oh, you could play your DVD on PC. Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, but I didn't think of that actually. Webby. But now that means I'm going to have to find DVD, which I don't think will be easy. Since I probably haven't seen it for 10 years, 9 or 10 years. I got the Godfather trilogy, but I might as well have thrown the third film away. I've never seen any of them, Godfather ones. I suppose that it depends on who is doing the raping. But you know that you can joke about anything. This is Norm Macdonald again when he were talking about he'd talk about rape and how you couldn't do jokes about it but he'd have a way of putting it into a way that oh, there you go. Somebody had said put something about him at one of his second sentence doesn't take away the first one. Okay, fair enough. Just don't listen then. I'm fucking that bothered. Look, this is, you know what I'm like. I said a fucking line from a film. Anyway, yeah, that's the one. all the charm of a date rapist. And somebody gave me a review and had said, all the charm of a date rapist. And he said, well, a date rapist has to be charming, don't he? You know, if you're a regular rapist, you don't have to be charming. You just do what you do. But if you're a date rapist, you've got to be charming, otherwise you're not going to get there. That's what, again, you can fucking laugh about on any subject as long as you're not fucking taking piss. And I'm not taking the fucking piss about anybody who's fucking been raped, believe you me. If you've not seen The Godfather, you have something to look forward to. I might do that. Spanish, I was raped. What? There was a bunch of them. Lol, yeah. Batman and throbbing, and Batman and knobbing, more like. Old Spanish chicken. How healthy is rapeseed oil? Yeah, there you go. Oilseed rape, we call it here, don't we? Oilseed. Oh no, that's when it's in fields. Then it's rapeseed oil when it's been turned into oil. Nurses have a dark humour. It's a coping mechanism in that environment. There you go. Nurses. There's another thing. Misogomone. I'm assuming you're trying to say me objecting to misogyny. I didn't mention any woman at all in that. Not one single woman did I mention. None. So how then is that misogynistic? Don't men get raped? Sure, men get raped, don't they, as well? So it's not misogynist. It's not nothing. It's not misandrist. It's not misogynist. It's just words. Boom. There. If you choose to be offended, then fine. Be offended, but you're still listening to me, and you're offended. I don't get it. If you're offended, if I were offended by something, I'd just turn it off. Luckily, I don't get offended because it's a choice. You decide. You say, I'm going to be offended by that. You can't call me that. I'm a proud trans woman. Woman of the year. Fucking hell. Anyway. So, yeah, you can. It's me, Julie. It's me, Julie. I don't get that. Snow? Snow? It's not snowing here. Curtains are closed. Women are excellent. Without women, we would have no cookies. That's a good one, yeah. Yeah. Then he's, a woman wrote that joke. They boo him, don't they? He does a fucking misogynistic joke. And then they boo him. And then he says, yeah, a woman wrote that joke. And they go, oh, and he goes, yeah, you don't know what to say now, do you? You don't know what to think. And then he goes, no, not really. We don't employ women. Just funny. See, there were no victim. It was just, or was it all of womankind? Ooh, all of womankind. I'm not putting light. I'm not making it any lighter, rape any lighter. Just talking. It's just words. And you're listening. I used to go out with a Jilly. She was great. Lionshare says that. A Jilly. Jilly. That's a funny way of spelling Jilly. Yeah. But I worked with a couple of Jillies on. Yeah. No, McDonald is missed. Totally. Without women are excellent. Without women, we'd all be sitting on rubber rings. Well, none of us would be here. Obviously, nobody's entered this life without coming from between the legs of a woman, as Dave Chappelle once said. Yeah. It's Julie, right? Julie, got you. No, I don't think I've been with Julie. I've been out with Julie ever in my life. Would there be a digital ID if everyone got the vax? Of course, there's going to be one anyway. There's definitely going to be one. We've all been there. We all been there. What? Sitting on rubber rings? We'd all be sitting on rubber rings. Oh, getting back to the nurses, and if there's any nurses listening, this is not against you, but you may find it offensive if you're a woman of offendedness. But fucking talk about how disappointed I were. You know, I've got it written down here. This is my. I wrote this today. Joke. Nurses Down Under on Watch. It's a TV program on Watch. Is the most disappointing show I've ever seen. Misleading. Sorry. Fucking hell. Scratch that. I know. Nurses Down Under is the most misleading TV show title ever. There you go. Make what you will of that. See, I can't. Not only can I fucking not write them, I can't even say them. I can't even say them. So Prince Andrew's got away with it then? Has he got away with it? Or is he? Is this? I know that Met Police were not investigating him anymore, but as the American shit's still there, has it not gone away? I don't know about that. Not in my lifetime. It says Spanish chicken. I think tracking's gone on me. Fucking wheelchair. I think tracking, your tracking goes, you know, your back wheels. Well, sometimes, because it's so tight in here, I sometimes hit a wall or a door when I'm going through. Sometimes when my fucking bastard hand caught between all of it. And, that's what I should have done with that. Fuck. And sometimes you knock it, and then one of your wheels will go like that. So like inwards like, you know what I mean? Inwards like that. So yeah. My tracking goes sometimes. It's just a couple of screws, but and you can adjust it. But I like to pretend I'm doing tracking, you know, on my car and that. Back in old days when you used to have tracking done. Watching He's Not One of Us says, can't wait for the first episode of The Great British Rape Off. That's right. Dinny says, if you had two legs, Jason, who's the first woman you would do from behind? Well, they'd be my wife, obviously. And the last one as well. The vaccine security just red herrings. To get it by the public scrutiny will probably be too much deeper than ID, prove your status, online behaviour. Yeah. Okay, that's Tony. I think he's replying to somebody. I'm not very good at this, see. I'm surprised rape isn't an Olympic sport due to all the people getting raped. Okay, yeah. Yeah. If you were the Olympic sport at rape, what would be your strongest point? Would it be the dismount? You need to get a good dismount, and then you'll get some good points. I'll go full hermit. They want to kick me out of society. I don't care. That is cool. I'd watch the 1500 meter rape. Okay, I mean we're getting a bit. If YouTube watching depended on social credit score, you wouldn't have many viewers. I ain't got many viewers anyway. I ain't got many viewers anyway. So what's it matter? If the ones that do come and watch me stop watching, I'll just keep doing it whenever I feel like it. So, fucking, you know this. That's fucking nobbins. Get another one. Don't want to get this bits of tobacco going all over me. I ain't got tobacco. I've got that other thing that we don't talk about. We do not talk about. Yeah, this show has seemingly got a rape tone to it. Yeah. Oh dear. Listen, Webber, if you want to fucking come and add your 2 pence on rape, you are quite welcome. Oh. So there you go. You can. You're quite welcome to. But we'll talk about other things other than rape. Let me see what I've got here. I also written here. This is Brexit. The whipping boy of the Marxist left and the hero of the Marxist right. Fucking both sides Marxist. That is true. Both the same fucking Marxism, same sides. Both want their own fucking bit of Marxism. I think that is funny, but it might just be me. Green. Oh the fuck. What? Quality viewers, though. Yeah, we have got good quality, proper quality viewers. Proper quality viewers that are very rapey. Yeah. Oh dear, that is funny. Green tobacco. Okay. Oh yeah, green tobacco. Yes. Never get an eco Brexit, do you? I mean, what we're being told that Brexit is the reason why we're not. There's no fucking HGV drivers because they're all fucked off back to Europe. But yet Europe's got a shortage of HGV drivers, so they've probably all gone to fucking next best country, France or whatever. They won't have gone. A lot of people won't have gone home, will they? A lot of people have stayed, and some people have chosen. I think there were loads choosing to go home anyway. So, and plus, you know, we get called fucking racist for Brexit, but people in Europe are not a different race, are they? They're like, you know, they look like us, and the black people in France look like the black people here, and the Chinese people in France and Germany and all these places look like Chinese people here. They're not. Yeah, so it's not fucking racist. How can it be racist? Hey dear, racism, fucking racism and mental health. Thingy on the show, did a show last night to show Paul Merson about. I mean, Paul Merson has had every fucking addiction going. He's been a fucking alcoholic. He's been a fucking druggie. Now he's a gambler, or he's been a gambler. The old. Yeah, come on, Sol. Fuck, we're on about. Yeah, so they look same. It's the same. We're all the same fucking people. We can be same as them, but not stuck with them, can't we? And anyway, Scotland's going to be representing us in Europe. Scotland is going to, because once they get there, they divided up, and it's all just going to go back to fucking Stone Age or back to pagan times. We're all going to be living in fucking huts. I'm going to be waiting for somebody to invent the wheel before I can fucking move again. You know what I mean? All these times. It's going right back to Stone Age. Right back to Stone Age. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, racism and mental health. It's all they ever talk about on Talk Sport these days. It's all they ever talk about on Sky Sports News. It's the same thing. It's mental health and it's it's racism. So they're telling us we're racist because if this country, as we're told we're fucking racist cunts. I mean, it's just now, it just makes it worse. It completely makes it worse because it creates victim mentality. You've got the victim mentality of the person that's a different colour. Let's face it, you can't be racist against white people. That's a simple, plain and simple fucking fact. You cannot be. There's no way under this legal system can you be racist towards a white person. You can't. It's impossible. I don't think there's ever been anybody that's ever an attacks that's been, they said it's been racially motivated. You don't. So remember the good old days when racist rape was a search category. Yeah, so it is. They had this Paul Merson thing on last night, and he's on, and he's trying to explain these things, and I can understand. I can understand what he's saying, but it's like it. It were a lot mental health type stuff in there, and it's a nightmare anyway. The betting industry's just, it's just exploded. It's just completely exploded and just fucking taken over. And they were talking to people whose fucking husbands had committed suicide and things like that, and they were spending, tons of money. And Paul Merson, sorry, he's a footballer, an ex-footballer. He used to play for Arsenal years ago, back in the 90s. Good evening, Richard Griffiths, who's watching us on Facebook. Evening to you, mate, and from everyone else in the chat room who you can't see, but you can see him if you're watching on YouTube. I'm not racist either. I like everyone who looks like me. Lol. But you see that if there wasn't, if we didn't know, if you took it away, racism, if you took it completely away, would anybody miss it? And would anybody be at each other's fucking throats? Like I say, creates victims. You've got the victim that perceives they've been racially abused. Then you've got the victim who's the alleged abuser, who will say, "Oh well, you can't say or you can't do out these days and yada yada. It's all that, it's their fault and they come in this country and all this sort of shit." And then you'll get the fucking police, and they'll be fucking victims as well. If they get some sort of racist thing, that they'll say that they feel offended by it as well. And so, yeah, exactly. Just don't be a cunt and hate cunts. Just dislike cunts. Be cuntism. Cuntism. Yeah, be cuntist. I'm really, really cuntist. I'm homophobic. I'm scared of fucking to death of gay men, particularly, because I'm intimidated by them. It just don't work, does it? All these thought crimes. We were told all these thought crimes were going to be coming, and they're here. And you remember, thought crime used to be big back in the day. Like I look around now, and somebody had. I look around now, and it's like 2014. It's like cyclical. It's like 2014. I'm seeing a lot of things that I would have expected to see in 2014. Somebody had sent me a put on one of the comments to get in touch with a lass called Stacey or something. And I looked her up, and I sent her a message and said, do you want to come on? But when I watched the stuff, I thought, well, this is like Webby were doing this 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago, or whatever. It just, I thought we were going cyclical. Speaking of Webby,
can you hear me all right, lad?
I can hear you. How are you?
I'm getting in the.
Oh, you're fading in and out then, mate. I don't know if it's me or it's you. Oh, I can hear you now. Can't hear you now. I don't know what you're using, whether you're using broadband or. But yeah, you've dropped out. I can't hear you. But it does sometimes take time, doesn't it? This. I can hear you now. Is that? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Webby. No, I can't hear you now. Oh dear. Can you hear him in chat room? Can people in chat room hear him? Is it just fucking me? This, whatever it is, I don't know if it's this computer. I'm hoping to get a new one next month. Webby has written his name in Hebrew. Cool. Can't hear Webby. Right, okay. We can't hear you, Webby. I don't know whether you can hold your phone up or I don't know. Or if you go off and come back on. No audio for Webby. It comes and goes. Yeah, I can't hear him. Cannot hear him on Facebook. Right, okay. Oh, they can hear me, but they can't hear you, Webby. Oh, here we go. How are you doing now?
No. Hello.
Hello. Are you there? Are you there, mate? It just popped up and I got two Webbies. That's kick from studio. There you go. Kick guest. Right. Try again, Webby. I can't hear Webby. He was breaking up. Yeah, breaker. Yeah, I got that. I got two. I had two Webbies. I don't know what's going on. I don't know whether it's me or whether it's because I know what happened with the thing earlier on. I should have muted my microphone before I shared my screen. Then you would have heard me, but you wouldn't have been able to understand it because it's our talking. Are you with us? Sort it out, for fuck's sake. I'm used to more professional broadcasts than this. Webby, how you doing, mate? It might just take you a couple of minutes to get on. I don't know.
Hear me.
I can hear you now. I just heard you then. You keep dropping in and out. You really keep freezing up. You dear. Oh no. Everyone's blink twice if you're there. Not twice for once. Once for twice. What? Not twice for one. Hey there. Is there anybody there? Cannot hear him on Facebook now. It's got a bad connection. I don't know what it is. I've got a decent connection. You can hear me. Can you hear me? Or is it my connection that's wank? I just don't know. Is it my connection? Can you? Sorry, I was just taking the first opportunity to be cunted for shits and giggles. That's all right, mate. Don't worry about it. I'm okay with that. There is a lot better fucking stuff on YouTube than this, I'll tell you. Oh dear. Right, let me just. Hey there, Webby. Sounds like a Biden speech. Your sound is okay there, Jason. Right, okay, mine's okay. It's just Webby, so it must be at Webby's end. Webby's going to be. We'll keep trying anyway. We had two before. Maybe we can get 3 or 4 Webbies. Top times, Fab 208 at Thick Hunt. Top times. Thick Hunt. Where's Thick Hunt? Thick Hunt. You see, it sounds like I'm swearing. You know I'd never swear. Radio Luxembourg. Yeah. Yeah. 208. Radio Luxembourg. What? Atlantic 252. 252.
Can't hear me.
Oh, I can hear you now. Then I heard you.
Can you still hear me?
I can hear you now, yes.
Wow, it's a bit of a dodgy connection up here.
Is it? Oh, you're all right with me, you know.
Good stuff. Bonkers week, eh? Not even halfway
Bonkers.
through it yet.
I know. It's only fucking Tuesday. I've got me fucking leg fitting tomorrow, and I just don't know what I'm going to come back to.
I haven't got a clue. Day by day, Jace, it's strange. It's like watching a film unfold right before your eyes, and you've read the script ages ago, and bits keep coming back to you and going, "Oh, wow, I remember that."
That's what I mean. There's been so much fucking stuff going on since I last come on, and that I just thought to myself, I've just got to do something tonight because I'm just forgetting it all. There's that much stuff. I'm downstairs and I'm like, I watch TV and I sometimes, usually fucking day before, but I have my book with me so that I can write down how many ideas I see. But it's just fucking crackers every fucking day. And you know, I was going to say that have you seen that Stacey Wilkinson? What do you make of her?
You'll have to embellish on that.
Oh, right. Well, she pretty much does what you do.
I don't know. I recognise the name, but I don't know. I don't know stuff. I was going to say to you, there was something sent through to me today about. You ever heard of this Wayback Machine?
Yeah.
Right, I'd never heard of it. Well, this Wayback Machine, it was showing that 2018 in government, CDC, FDA, testing kits that were issued called COVID-19. And then they changed it. And then until it was announced and then it was put in again. And you think, they've even lied about it after they put it out there. And I know somebody whose wife is an area manager. 18 months before they announced COVID, they had PPA and stuff like that being issued and being put on courses. So this has been long in the planning. The factor is we've been talking about it for a long time, and it doesn't make you feel good that you know about it. It makes me feel sad that people I love and care about have well and truly bought into this, and now they're questioning it. That's a bit strange, but they still want the normal back. So they think if they just keep complying that little bit, it'll all come back. But history doesn't show that, does it?
No, it's never coming back. It's never coming back to what it were. Yeah, you're going to be a fugitive, if you've not had it.
Well, it's going to go one or two ways, isn't it? I mean, if you're unvaccinated and there's, there's two people contacting me today about this new Bond film. Have you seen it yet? Do you know the synopsis or anything?
No, I haven't. No.
Well, without for anybody who doesn't want any spoilers, they better shut off now. I've not looked into it too much, but there's a new technology that this Bond villain's got that's going to target certain DNA types.
All right, okay.
So if we're running mass vaccines out and we're talking about things like, I don't know what you want me to say and not say on your show, because when I spoke about this, I only posted it 3 times and I got a 30-day ban.
Right.
So the stuff, the stuff that we haven't even got a clue that is actually being put into things. And, from that is that kind of technology. I had information, a video sent to me about a virologist scientist who was looking at specimens on the slides with the microscope, and the light of the microscope, the matter that she said she couldn't identify in all the years of doing it. All the people that she contacted, they'd never seen it before. But when what she described as technology reacted to the light of the microscope, she described it as like a hydra. And you know where they put the two slides together under a microscope, and it's in the middle of the specimen. Well, this then crawled its way to the edges and started to lap up the edge of this thing. And you can't believe what you're hearing, because that is coming from something that is being mass injected, depending on what we're looking at, different companies supplying different stuff. I just don't know what to say to people, Jess.
No, it's difficult to know what to say, isn't it? I mean, you find yourself in a situation, and inevitably the conversation goes round to, the only show in town at the moment. And we're called fucking deniers, we're called haters, we're called science, fucking anti-science agenda, anti-scientific, it's a crazy situation we find ourselves in.
I thought you were going to start singing then.
It's a sad situation. Yeah, it's sad that we've got into this. We've got into this. It's just fucking crazy. There's just stories every fucking day that that somebody's a cartoon character's bisexual. Fucking Superman's bisexual. Is fucking drawn. Is a figment of everyone's imagination. Sorry, it's a figment of someone's imagination, and everybody is taking that, can enjoy that bit of imagination. You don't have to stop.
Sorry, mate. I was just going to say, look at that bit of, is it GMB, Good Morning Britain TV with Susanna Reid? Look how they deflected and massaged that debate about politicians getting paid 80 grand for doing now. They spun it on that show back onto the presenter, who's paid one of the highest paid people from the private sector. But we're all arguing about that. He's paid by us to do nothing. He's paid by us to do nothing, and they pay him also to do nothing. So it's a stalemate. So everything that we send to London, so that's our local MP. Our local MPs used to, once upon a time, live in our local area, funnily enough, and they would travel to Parliament and tell people about our grievances and stuff like that and what we wanted to talk about. What we get now is we get people who come from an area that they now kind of associated because they've travelled through it once or twice, and they now live in, or they go down to and get educated down south, and then they come back to the area and they tell us what their party's going to do for us. And we all debate, look at what they're saying. Yeah, but look at this one. Oh, hey, he's picked that dog shit up, though. That's a good fella, that. It's ridiculous. I mean, you mentioned my videos earlier, right? The system is taught to us by the people we love the most. And those people told us lies. And the worst liars are the ones who think that they're telling the truth. Our parents went through that washing system, that brainwashing system that was started with our grandparents. But all that wisdom and knowledge that, the ones who couldn't read and write but knew what was going on, they're not there anymore. And we don't even speak to our, people, younger generations. There's a lot of people don't bother with people. So they don't get any knowledge passed on because they've got something they can scroll through on the phone or something like that. And that society has been engineered over time. And they've controlled it like a Punch and Judy show. Oh, no, they haven't. Oh, yes, they have. It's a system that's been sold to us. So we agree on everything in the system. So, right, this is history, this is geology, this is what this looks like, blah, blah, blah. Now we'll debate bits, but these are the parameters, and you can't go beyond those parameters because you're a dickhead if you do. Well, I was taught work hard and pay my bills in a debt-based economy. That really, really messes with people's lives, believe it or not. If you could actually know how to control that and act properly, you would see so much more benefit into your life and the system and the economy. But you've got a bunch of criminals who are controlling that economy, and they're using the judiciary and our politicians and then the police. So you've got all those barriers, and then you've got all the other agendas going on at local levels controlled by your councils. That's your Hydra. That's a massive virus that you've got going on there. But the media are never going to question any of it. I mean,
No.
I had 7 notifications in 12 hours, Jace.
Oh, mate, listen, I'm fucking at that.
On my YouTube.
I know, and you're
Bonkers,
fucking,
pal.
Yeah, I know. I know, and sometimes I had to go looking for them videos of yours.
That's why I put it on your wall.
Yeah. I got them on fucking. I got them on YouTube anyway. I shared them today. So and I watched the first 2. I just haven't watched the third one yet.
I thought it's been like, you know, a bit about what's been happening over the past year, and you know, I'm holed up in a retreat somewhere recovering, and I thought I needed a bit of therapy. Now, that knowledge, how can I condense it into something with a bit of pictures that are bite-sized? Because I thought 20 minutes was about a good time. You know, people. I mean, I've had somebody contact me today who works in the public sector, and he was like with a colleague, and they were listening to it in the car. You know, and it's opened a big debate. It started a big debate within the company. So that's just from one person. That's all it needs. If it gets through to some people that, you know, it's not just mortgages, it's not just your utilities, it's your property rights. You know, there's a big thing about whether you're classed as alive to be able to work for yourself and act for yourself in their system, because all their system's based on presumption. If you don't rebut every presumption, how do you know? That's unbelievable. If you go, it's presumed. If you don't go, it's presumed. And then they've got all the other presumptions that you don't rebut. So is the table tilted? Yes, it is.
Well, of course it is. I mean, you know that the kids that play up at school are the ones that get bored because it's you know, it's crap. I mean, I was going to make the point that that kids these days are so ingrained in the internet and this system that you know, they rely on it so much. When I was a kid, I was taught at school how to use a compass and a map. You know, we did orienteering. Luckily, we had a big wooded area behind school, and so like we could go in there, and you know, we'd go in woods and we'd find his way out using as compass and as maps. Not like that these days. They won't know what anything. They won't know. If you give them a map and a compass, they'd fucking think it were a watch, an old watch, old antique fucking watch that were always like saying like either 6 o'clock or, you know, 9:15. Oh, this is fucking funny. It must be Roman numerals. It's got letters on it. That sort of thing. And you know, I'm taking piss a little bit, but I'm not fucking. I feel for them because they're never going to know that. You know, if the system goes off, if everything goes off, lights go out, let's say. I mean, these. I mean, I'm going to have half a chance, I think, because they're just on my wits. But fucking hell, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? And that's what the whole, like you said, the system's set up, and everything's presumed. But you know, it's taught in school, and it's taught, and like usually the kids at school who play up are the kids that can see it's fucking bollocks and get bored.
You imagine when you go into the court, right? This is the equivalent, right? fundamentally, in the world on paper, you're a dead entity, but they need somebody to presume that can represent that entity. So they switch the trust around into it. So they're beneficiaries and you're in the wrong position. So basically, you turning up there is them putting the fingers in their ears and going blah, 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 blah while you talk. So if you don't put the correct stuff in the correct paperwork, in the correct order that they can't dance about in, because it's all based on presumptions, you're done. You're done. When I went in my first court case, Jason, I might as well have gone in with 2 suitcases full of paper. And they just had like one piece of paper and just stood there because I didn't know what they were standing under, what they were doing or anything. I was just saying, well, I don't give you authority to do this, which should be enough. They offer a service. Said many a time, I've never had B&Q's manager come running out to the path, drag me in off the street, point at hammers and nails and tell me to buy some. But these court systems said that I had to use their service. Where do you get that authority? How can you do this? Response, oh, have I asked a question? You know, it's serious stuff. It's not funny stuff when it impacts you personally. You know, some of the stuff that you see that goes on, it's the shock on solicitors and barristers and judges' faces when they're asked really good questions. I've seen it done many a times by many people, and the arse drops out of all of them because they don't know what to say. They're liable if they don't say something. They're liable if they do. I've seen people be pinned down with one question. If they answer yes, they're done. If they answer no, they're done. So they have to adjourn or do something like that. The system is rigged fundamentally. You know, that when a court case is retired in this country, that means this system can't deal with it. So the highest court is the European courts now. But we on purpose don't have a European court in this country. That's because of the mortgage scam, the council tax scam. It's all based on fraud, Jason. How many times have you seen when about the banking system, different people saying, if they ever find out what we do with the banking system, there won't be enough lampposts. It's said by many, many people, but people think that's life. It's ridiculous. You know, you've got to have a bit of humility about you and think, well, where did I get my information from? I vote Labour because my dad did. Why did you vote Labour, Dad? Because they're a working men's party. If you still think that's a working men's party, where Keir Starmer can't say that a man has not got a cervix. I'm sorry. It's not the working man that I grew up with.
Oh, with cervix? No, I didn't grow up with anybody like that. In fact, I don't know, I might have done. They just didn't ever bring it up in conversation.
No, I mean, he couldn't say on television that a man does not have a cervix because it could offend somebody. He couldn't say it.
Yeah, I know you can't, yeah.
But it's fact. I don't get it. This is what I'm saying. Did I tell you the story about the old couple who stopped me on the misguided bus route? She started to talk to me about the Holocaust, a program that she'd been watching.
Yeah.
Did I tell you?
You did, yeah. Because I had a similar story about a geezer, an older geezer, and I'd said something about war, and then he said he when he saw me the next time, he said, "Well, it were 6 million." I googled it. So
he wanted to go and try and prove you wrong.
Yeah, but I just get up. You know, we're an old geezer.
But this woman said it didn't start with asking for papers and army on the street. You know, it started with language, control of language. That's what she said. Well, we've got a control of language where we cannot say things that we know for fact. There's a woman now taking flack for stating that gender identity has an issue with fact. because it's boy girl. I don't know how we get away from that. Once we start saying that there's more than boy girl, I don't know. Male female. It seems like there's a lot of serious issues that's going on in the world. People, I've seen newscasting reports from New York saying how great it is to live there and everything. Yeah, people are moving out of there in droves. Jace, people are getting robbed and murdered in broad daylight in the square there, and there's no police to do anything because they're defunding It's ridiculous. It's like it's a fallen country. I don't know what's keeping it up other than, that printing of money.
Absolutely. Didn't hear a fucking word of that. Oh, sorry, I was reading chat, mate. You were defunding yeah, you said, I can't remember where you said it were, but you said it were like people getting robbed in the street. I remember now. It's defund the police.
It's just getting, America's gone. And, are we really still thinking that Joe Biden is in charge of anything? I think somebody chooses what time he's having his breakfast and everything. I don't think, there's something not right here. And he's been openly owned by China through various things. There's something not right here, Jace. Australia. Look at Australia, man.
Fucking Australia. Is there now in Facebook blocking every people in Australia can't share news stories?
Yeah, and I don't know who's seen anything I've shared today. I've shared quite a bit today, but there's not many notifications or likes. But
you know what that's for? That's because then you think, well, why the fuck should I bother? That's what they want you to think. Why the fuck then should I bother?
Well, they're going to lose at that because I've got nothing else to do.
Exactly. But Australia is a prime example of where we're going, isn't it? I mean, it's they've got that app. When you're self-isolating, you've got somebody will fucking ring you or something, or send you a text message. You've got to send a picture of you send back, with GPS and everything on.
The building purpose-built quarantine camps, Jace, multi-million, and they're voted for by the people to get back to normal. This has never been done in the history of man, because this plan is all over the world. Everybody's following the same plan. But the thing is, they're not all joined together, but they're all trying to work together. This can't work, but they're going for it. It could come down to local levels. I mean, Australia right now, for me, Jace, is primed. I'm actually thinking of watching Mad Max to just try and get context.
Yeah, just so that give yourself a bit of food for thought for what's going to come along.
Yeah,
fucking Mad Max, fucking 2. But yeah, these. So I'd not heard that they're making these camps. No, there's not. Is there any talk of it or rumours or anything about it happening here?
No, if they follow the same plan, which is the quarantines in the hotels, which they've got. I mean, we're having quite a few issues. Lisa Nandy, who claims to represent Wigan, they're having quite a few issues with Afghanistan refugees in local hotels there, but that's nothing new. That's happening everywhere. You've got hotels who are paying customers who are going for like a 2-night stay, and they've got all these refugees there who are, there's reports from them pissing in the corridors to kids screaming at all hours, running around, stealing of things. All this stuff's going on, but the government's paying these hotels full whack to house these people. And it's all about take, money launder. They've got a lot to hide. So while they're hiding it, they need to distract everybody now. And you can't point at all this without what you were talking about earlier, without being called racist. It's happening everywhere. But where do you stop? Well, if you're only asking questions, you're not making accusations. So ask good questions. But to ask good questions, you've got to go and look at something. I keep using the same analogy because there's nothing better. Turn Love Island off. Watch the repeat or something. Go and look and find out the system. What's controlling you? What's controlled you all this time? Where you've got your information from? If you can't be bothered, then don't say that you care about your children's futures or anything, because if you're blindly going along with this stuff and it's not through fear, it's through compliance, there'll be a point, where the line will be drawn for you. It's what we were talking about before, Jace, and people won't do anything until it knocks on their door. Well, That's when they'll draw the line. But you could draw the line. People go, well, what can I do? How do you know if you don't? You might have the missing piece of a puzzle for somebody else.
Yeah. Thickhunt has made the point here. It'll never be done online. We're all blocked. Hopefully, people automatically know what to do from the heart. I don't think it'll be done online either. I think it's going to have to come down to roundouts and cavaliers.
Of course it will. But like I say, until it knocks on those people's doors locally, they'll think that everything can go on. It's just a bit of inconvenience at the minute. But look how well they've got you controlled. Don't go and panic buy petrol. There's no shortage. What did they do? Yeah. Don't, please, whatever you do, there's loads of it. Don't worry. Don't go and panic buy. It's like sticking a big red button saying "do not press." It was just you could just see it unfolding, and they know what they heard. And when I say the herd, it's the majority. It's obviously the majority because I've seen a post today that all this shortage, there's cargo ships stuck outside of ports everywhere, can't unload, sailors on them who ran out of food a week ago because they can't store up anything. But it's Brexit. People believe that. I don't know what you say to those people because how do you reach them, Jace, until they come and knock on their door and say, right, it's your turn now, you're going into this camp. Oh, bloody Brexit again. Where do we draw the line?
Fucking Brexit. Gets blamed for everything, doesn't it?
Yep.
But that's somebody I said, somebody made the point, someone put something on Facebook, and I commented on it, and then, people got into some independent media, and it said fucking something about Brexit and not having enough HGV drivers and some sort of shit. So I put, that's a load of bollocks. It's a load of bollocks. Talking about fucking Tory, you conservatives. You hate conservatives because you hate Brexit. But I don't like conservatives. You see, there's assumptions made all around everywhere. If you're Brexit, then you must be, you'd have voted Tory at last election. Well, no, fucking voted no.
Well, I don't like criminals, so don't vote for any of them. I can't vote for a criminal, a lesser criminal. It's like I said about the utilities. Somebody was contacting me about a bill they've got with Bulb. Now, Bulb is one of these spider companies, right, who offer you better deals, allegedly. What they're actually saying is we're going to steal less equity, or we're being paid less equity out of the pot that we're stealing from you. That's all it is.
Yeah.
We never stood a chance. We never stood a chance. From cradle to grave, we're taught this shite. And it's only people who ask questions. And it's never going to be won online. It will have to be done at local levels. People will have to come together. But this is where you can get the information now while it's still here. Maybe you can't go and take British Gas on and do something, but maybe you could. maybe maybe you're the one. But the fact is, if you don't know what system you're in and the system's rigged, and you're taught just enough to allow them to win most of the time, and you get your little wins, what do you do?
Yeah. Watching Me's Not One of Us has commented, so the next Bond is going to be a black female lesbian. Now, I didn't know this, but so if there's female lesbians, is there male lesbians as well?
I've been a male lesbian all my life.
The black female lesbian. Would you see? I might watch that then, just out of interest. You know what I mean? Because Bond, and we're always up to shenanigans with ladies.
Listen, so who's that musician? Who's that musician said it was purely for research purposes?
Oh, fucking Pete Townsend.
That's him. That's who you sound like there, mate. You be careful.
Oh, fucking hell. So, yeah, black female lesbian. Female, male lesbians. Yeah. Webby, take a line of coke. Fuck them. Suicidal life coach, someone's put. Yep, it is a black female lesbian as opposed to a black male lesbian. See, I might watch that. Might just watch that. What about you, Webby? Are you a Bond fan?
Yes and no. I mean, I used to love watching the Bond films. It's not. I don't really watch much of them these days, but I will get around to watching it. I usually watch them all at least once. Apart from the George Lazenby one, I don't think I've ever seen that one. I don't have any interest into watching it either.
No, a weird story that, weren't it?
Yeah, yeah. He said that they wanted him to come back, but Sean Connery wanted it.
Yeah, strange. He only does one. Yeah. Listen, it's Raconteurs News with news on YouTube. With me and Webby. Webby, I don't know how you fix, but like I'm not. Fuck, our lass is fucking snoring, so I'm all right for a bit longer. If you want to carry on.
I'm not going anywhere, mate. If you want to carry on.
Okay then. If that's all right, so we'll stick around. Well, we'll stick around just as long as we need to.
I'm just making a brew.
Say that again.
I'm just making a brew.
All right then. ResiTuber says female blonde Jane Blonde drives a Volva. Fuck you, Volva. It's good job that other person's not here who got mad at me for making rape jokes, which I didn't. I only fucking said a line from Blazing Bastard Saddles. If you can't say a line from Blazing Saddles, then, you know. Please sub to Reality Chat, 8 p.m. with Peter live on YouTube. That's
Jess, I don't know if you were listening.
Sorry.
I don't know if you were listening to yourself earlier, but you can't say that a man has no cervix. So how can you say a line out of a film that's offensive?
The what? What were you saying then?
When you said that you can't, can you not say a line out of a film? Well, earlier I said you can't even say that a man has no cervix because you'll offend someone.
Yeah, well, you can't. I mean, we're living in a post-fact world. The facts don't matter anymore. Nice one, Chris. What size shirt do you wear, Chris? Put it in chat. Where all the white women are? Yeah, that's a great line. Great line. Of course, there's the farting scenes as well, which got less funny the older I got, I think. But,
I'm not. Yeah. Oh, you said about carry-ons, right? Well, I'm the opposite. I can watch carry-on films, not all of them, but certainly like Carry On Abroad. I can sit and watch that every day and laugh at all exactly the same stuff that's coming, all the double entendres and all that. That postcard humour is what I grew up with. I love that kind of stuff.
That it's not my thing. You know what I mean? That slaps. My missus likes Carry On films, so when there's one on, I'm not offended by it. But I just don't get it. You know, all that all the fucking dying, fucking. I don't want to. What's the name? Barbara Windsor. I don't want to see Barbara Windsor's tits. I know.
Why?
I just don't want to see them. And you don't. I know you don't, but you do in a way, don't you? Sort of, because your mind filters in, doesn't it?
It's things like when June Whitfield is getting her husband to keep positioning the deck chair, and the sun's just not quite right, and she says, "Are you having a lovely time?" And she starts complaining about the water wasn't hot enough, and the towels were damp, and there was no extra blankets as it got cold through the night, and that sun is too hot. And he says, "But apart from that, you're having a lovely time." That's brilliant. That's brilliant stuff, and it's all, it's all bang on. It's a long time since it feels like a long time since I've laughed at something like that, but I can sit and watch that. But Blazing Saddles, it was mildly amusing. I've never watched it all the way through, but History of the World, that made me laugh all the way through, all that kind of stuff. And I think the best one for me from Mel Brooks was Spaceballs. I can watch Spaceballs every day again.
Not seen any of them other two.
Oh, you're mad. Mad you've not seen Spaceballs with him in it and Rick Moranis as Dark Helmet. Oh, it's brilliant, mate. Comes walking, he's dressed as Darth Vader, but he's all helmet, and it obviously looks like a helmet. And all you hear is the camera pans in it, he's going, and then he lifts this visor up and he goes, "I can't breathe in this thing." That's how it opens up. You've got to watch that, mate.
It sounds like a fucking right out.
It's brilliant, mate.
Yeah.
Did he do Top Secret as well, or is that something else?
I've not seen Top Secret either.
That's another like airplane type spoof film with Val Kilmer in.
Yeah, all right, okay.
Oh, you're missing a couple of classics there.
I've seen Airplane. I like the old fucking police squad stuff.
Yeah, this is the same stuff. It's the same type of thing. You're missing a couple of classics there with Spaceballs, mate.
Oh, well, I'll have to check them out. Just when at some point when I've got no to do. I've always got fucking no to do. Well, I've swept my lift out fucking 3 times today. But then again, I will fucking piss in it, won't I?
I thought you'd stop drinking.
I have, but you need to get a piss corner just in case it gets stuck. You need to establish a piss corner, in case I get stuck. If I get stuck, if I get stuck in that,
would it not be better to have like get like a bedpan or one of those funnel things from the hospital and just stick it in the corner rather than pissing in the corner in case you get stuck?
Well, I could do that.
I'll tell you what, you Yorkshire lads, you're a weird bunch.
You see, if I get stuck in that, right, the technician who can fix it is coming down from Scotland, because that's what's happened twice when it's gone wrong. Fortunately, I've been able to get out of it. But if I couldn't get out of it, if it were sort of halfway between floors, I wouldn't be able to get out of it. So I'm waiting for bloke to fucking drive down from Scotland. So, that needs to establish a piss corner. That's a joke. I don't really piss in my lift. Please don't think that. And I've got graffiti everywhere. And fucking, written The Clash or The Who or the Beatles or some graffiti in there.
I can see it says, if you want a great time, ring Jace.
It's what? Sorry, again. Say it again.
I can see on the back of your lift, it says, if you want a great time, ring Jace.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Ring Jace, and then you ring it, and phone's in there. Oh, it's got a phone in it, like for emergencies. Pipe out at window, Jay. Yeah, I can get out at window. I could get out at window if it were out, but
everybody thinks you piss in your lift, now.
They will do, won't they? Because they don't.
They're all giving you alternatives.
They won't think that, Webby.
They do think it, Jason, because they're all offering you alternatives.
They don't even listen.
They think you're a sad, dirty old bastard who pisses in his lift.
Is there not an emergency release to bring it down? If electricity goes, it will go down. So I wonder if, but it's got a battery in it. So once it won't work, it won't let you. It won't let you move. But
what if you get halfway up or halfway down as the battery goes? There's nothing mechanical.
Batteries, you're only going to go down, aren't you? You can only go down when battery's on. You can't go up. It's fucking.
But you might be halfway up. I mean, you might be going up, and your battery goes.
Listen.
So if you're stuck there, is there a mechanical way to get down or up?
Stop it with this fucking up and down shit. I am not the fucking Duke of York.
Sorry, it's because he's been in the news this week.
Sweating like a fucking. Yes.
He definitely didn't have 10,000 men.
Do you know, we could be fucking offending royalists really bad on here, man. Couldn't we? If there's some royalists listening.
I bet Andrew's listening right now, mate.
Oh, I bet he is. What do you make of this Saudi takeover of Newcastle? What's your thoughts on that? I know people don't like us talking football, but it's this. I know, who cares? Yeah, offend royalists. Who cares? I know. I don't give a fuck.
News Thump got straight on it that the new Newcastle board have wasted no time in appointing their first executioner.
There's loads of it about, isn't there?
Yeah, it gets better though. Did you hear that Mike Ashley's on about going to Sunderland?
I know, and fucking Derby as well. There's talk of him doing something at Derby, and they were a whisper. Well, let's just say this: they were a tweet from somewhere that said that this thing had gone through. That this had gone through, and that Steve Bruce were likely to lose his job in next week. And the tweet was liked by our chairman.
Oh, you think there's a deal done?
I don't know. I don't know whether it was just like because Steve Bruce were losing his job and he were just liking it.
Well, I'll tell you what. That definitely right. If I'm Steve Bruce and the Saudi billionaire's just taken over my club, I'm worried.
What fucking? Do you know what his payoff's going to be? 8 million quid.
Yeah. Mate, I think David Moyes is still being paid by United. Never mind West Ham. It's unbelievable. The money, I mean, I didn't know about the Everton footballer until you mentioned it today, right? I didn't know about that. But the amount of money and everything that's going round in that game. And these, you think, where does all this corruption end? You're talking about the vaccines. I can't remember the lad's last name, the footballer who plays for Ireland. Scored twice. He's not having the vaccine. He said, it's my choice, I'm not having it. But yeah, you've got Gareth Southgate's, sucking Satan's cock, and it's getting really blatant. It's getting worse, yet people still are distracted. They can't see it. It's really, it's very surreal.
I don't know if they can't see it. I think they're scared of it. I really do think they're genuinely afraid of it. And what do you do when the fucking big monsters in the room? You fucking hide, don't you? That's what they're doing emotionally and intellectually. They're lying to themselves. They know they're lying to themselves. They do. Most people know. They won't listen to like me and you. Of course not. They won't listen to us. And, they'll say they're fucking mad because they don't want it to happen.
Nobody will argue with you when you say politicians are bent, judiciary's corrupt, banking's corrupt. Nobody will disagree with you. But it then comes down to, well, what can I do about it? Well, I don't know. But if you don't look into it, then how can you have a defense for it? If you have no knowledge about something and a consortium of people have full knowledge and they only drip feed you what you need to know and you're happy with that, you're never going to move out of them boundaries. There's an analogy that got stuck in my head by this eccentric manager that I work with. She's been on one of these, the neural programming courses at the weekend, and she come back with all these different ideas. She says, right before you go, I'm going to tell you a little story. When they train fleas for a flea circus, they put them in a cup and they put a lid on that cup. They leave the lid on that cup for 2 days. And then when they take the lid off that cup, that flea has been trained that it can't jump any higher than that lid. And no matter where you put that flea now, it'll never jump any higher than the height of that cup. And she paused, leaned in and went, don't be that flea. Don't let anybody set your limit. And we're sat there thinking, what? Really? But that analogy stuck with me. That's what they teach us. That's what they teach us. And that's what they were being taught as managers, to try and tell us not to be, but we've still got the boundaries within that job to do stuff. But they have to save money. So they want to give you this inspiration, but you can't do it like that because we've got to save money. So it's complete waste of time. So you're wasting money on programming managers to put people into positions, but the people who do the job know that it can't work. So rather than if you can't make it work when there's not enough staff, not enough resources, not enough money, get rid of the people who are saying it can't work because they're negative. That's how the management look at it now. Because if it looks great on paper, then everything's okay. Well, that's like a pyramid scheme. That's great for everybody who's got in at the start. It's a mess, mate.
It is. It's a fucking big old mess. Yeah, this fucking Saudi. I mean, I know it's fucking football again, but they were a Mansfield player on Saturday who got took to hospital with heart tremors, murmurs, whatever, palpitations. So it would be interesting to see whether he's been done. It's like having cat done, isn't it? Have you been done yet? Because it might be. It's fucking same, innit? Have a cat done. You can fucking sterilise your son. Or you're going to fucking somewhere down the line when we all become fucking clones and they don't need us anymore.
No, that's what I'm saying. We don't know what. We don't know. Well, we have got an idea of what it is, but we had these ideas for a while, and then it's only in the past definite year, but 2 years, we've seen it actually manifest. I mean, they're openly talking about bail-ins now in America. If you've got over, and it sounds like outlandish because not many people have this kind of money, but over 250 grand, they're going to take money off you, the bank, for holding your money. Because believe it or not, it's not your money. If you don't physically have it, it's not yours. If you're not in possession of something, it is not yours.
They're talking about negative interest rates, aren't they? That's how they're putting it.
Yes, but it's called stealing.
Well, yeah, of course it is.
But how can you report somebody for stealing their own property? Do you see, it's fiat. It's never been applied to fiat before. They've already said bailouts are illegal. So now they're going to bail in. Well, it's their currencies. We use the Bank of England's currency. They're going to take a cut of their currency. It's not yours, mate. So if everybody now goes rushing, don't panic. Everybody goes rushing to the ATMs now. You remember 2008 when they did the crash?
Yeah.
All the ATMs got emptied. All the ATMs got emptied. But who emptied them? Was it me and you and the local Joes? No. It was all the Wall Street bankers. They went and took all the cash because maybe you go and get 10 grand out. You're all right. If you've got 10 grand, you go and get that cash. The next one might be lucky and just get it. The next one might only get 5. And then the next one comes, there's no cash. What are you going to do?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, my missus were working at Northern Rock then. Yeah, and she had to. I mean, this is before she met me, so obviously she was just a normal person.
Obviously, went up in the world, mate.
Yeah, of course she did. Fucking right, she did. And now she's,
she's been in your lift.
She trusts me. That's the thing. So, she were outside with queue when people were queuing up for the money, because they were talking about Northern Rock were going to fucking go under. So they were a run on Northern Rock, and she were in a branch in Sheffield. Fucking hell.
But they could have got the money out of any other ATM. Why did they all go to Northern Rock? They could have gone anywhere.
Because they were wanting out of the accounts with the books. Remember them?
Mm. Who took that over, Jace?
Government, didn't they?
Yeah, we did because we did the Royal Bank as well. But then it merged it, didn't they?
RBS went in with part of Lloyd's, weren't it?
Yeah, that's it. Lloyd's TSB.
Lloyd's TSB were joined, but they split Lloyd's and TSB up again.
Well, if you see all those big banks are now merging into smaller ones, and they're all controlled by the IMF fundamentally, then you can see as you go further back in time how your local high street would have had a local banker, a man or a woman who'd live in that area who'd have that bank. Those little banks was the ones in the 80s that started to get soaked up. Midland Bank, that was a big bank at one time. Nobody remembers it. Come and talk to the Midland.
Come and talk to the listening bank.
I had a Griffin pack. It was his.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I remember it. Yeah, they were one on our street, NatWest Cross Road. They were a fucking Halifax down the road.
My bank isn't even in my town anymore. I don't have my bank in my town.
Well, it's all going online anyway, isn't it?
That's the issue. So when everything goes online and then all the cash has been taken out of the system and the economy collapses, so the cash that's out there is going to be worthless because you're either going to go and buy into this system or you're going to go and, barter, basically. You're going to be out of the system. Well, you're going to be undesirable if that scenario is what's playing out. And, we've been shown it, programmed it all these years. We've seen everything from Running Man to Hunger Games, and we've all loved it and enjoyed it, and it'll be sold to us as a good thing. Look how we're helping these people. But what if they've got a technology that reacts to frequencies? What if they've got something that they can get into people that's going to make them be different? Who knows? Because we know this stuff goes on. We know frequencies can change people. It depending on what music you listen to, you can change what mood you're in. So if you've put billions into researching on that, and then you've got scientists who've actually physically been able to do that under controlled conditions, and then get spirited away and to be good scientists somewhere else, do you think we've been lied to? Do you think we've been sold a pig? Well, if it grunts like a pig, mate.
But the thing is they only find out they've been sold a pig when they're so fucking deep in the pig fucking shit that if they'd fucking executed the pig, quit the job, then they'd be fucking fucked, wouldn't they? They'd have one bacon sandwich.
Mate, they're putting ketchup on this and eating it and loving it, and they don't know they're doing it. That's the sad part. That's why I tried to put in the videos about it's the system. Don't be aiming at utility companies. They're going to waste your time and energy, but if you're putting them on, you do so much with a certain way if you work in a system. Like when we've worked, you can only do what's right in front of you, so you nail it as best you can. If they've got nowhere to go, if you've done it right, then you go on to the next stage. Then you nail it there. And you've got to keep doing it every stage. If you try and skip a stage, they've got something to bounce you back to. Waste your time, waste your energy, waste your money. This is how the system's designed. It's to put you into a wash. You're thrown into a wash and you're swirled around. And you could be arguing about something and they're laughing so much at you because the judge and them both know what they're stood under. And if you don't know, you're done. And it's such a system based on childishness because it's based on ignorance. I know something you don't know. No. That's it. But it kills people.
Yeah, it does. And we're going to head for it fucking this winter, sorry. They're going to be doing it. They're up in the propaganda that it's going to be bad and there's going to be no food and everything. It's not going to fucking take place, and it'll just be a normal year as far as flu goes. But this twindemic, I mean, have you had a twindemic? I mean, what does that mean? You need twin vaccines?
Yes, that's it. It's the flu jab along with your COVID booster. That's what the twindemic is.
Fucking hellfire.
So you're going to go and have a booster. Now, bear in mind, Jace, that there's a percentage of people who are double vaxxed, because that's what the class does, but must have had placebo. Because for these emergency things to be passed, they've got to be on trials. So it's got to meet certain conditions. It's all based on consent. Everybody's consenting to everything. So there's nobody's doing anything wrong, yet you've got a massive mystery going on in Scotland about blood diseases in brains. Where's all that come from? Well, scraping your blood-brain barrier 3 times a week might not do you any good if you're not very well. So there's an agenda that's being pushed. It's coming out as fear through, like as you said earlier, if it's not everybody's dying, we're all racist. We've got no breathing space here. And the media at the minute is designed to shut people down. I'm sick of the amount of mainstream media, Jace, that post on social media asking questions like, oh, they're talking about another lockdown. What do you think? That's not what you're there for. You're meant to be questioning them, not asking us. It's sycophantic reporting for me. The people, if you're reporting, if you're journalists, you should be saying, well, look, why are these people saying masks are useless? Who are they getting these information off? If you're going to just go, well, they're not sponsored by the government, so they're not experts, then that's bias. So how can I get independent information from you? I can't. I can just get information. But if I don't balance that up by looking at something else, then my information is biased on top of the foundational information where I've been taught to work hard and pay my bills. So everything is against me, including a registration certificate that I end up being guilty of. Yeah, I've not got involved in anything. And I don't know how to use it. I don't know how to act because I'm purposely not done by that. But people will go running off and believe these people who steal all the money from you and use it for all what they want to do. living off of everything that you work for and then blame you for it. But you'd rather call me a dickhead than accept responsibility that you might have been lied to. And I think there's a fair case for that, mate.
Oh yeah, an absolute fact. It's fucking. You can see it. The media. It's so fucking obvious. You know, they don't. No, but nobody ever says, because we've been taught not to ask questions. Like you said, you don't ask questions. Why? Even your parents will say to you, because I said so. When you ask why as a kid, and you know, half the time that sort of answer is all right. You know, when you're a kid, but we're taught not to ask questions. It's inbred into us. You go to school, you start asking questions. Well, you're being disruptive, are you, Holmes? Right, well, let's have you out in the fucking corridor, and then fucking Imo will be at Kane later on. Yeah, you fucking won't give me Kane. Fucking dirty cunt. I'll fucking run off and go. You know, it's just why? Why? Just ask fucking why. If someone tells you something, just say why. If they want something from you, why? Always ask why, and or think, why are they asking me this? Why am I being asked this?
Well, I'll tell you how much it comes down to questions. There was a guy, his name slips in my mind at the minute, but he's an ex-Navy physicist. And he was sat with Royal Navy physicists, and he said he proved to them that, because we had a discussion about dynamos, didn't we? Where it's got what was it you said about the output has got to be more to the input, or was it less than the input? Something like that. How did you describe it?
What we're talking about?
Dynamo. Will you listen to me when I'm talking?
Yeah, the input's always got to be more than the output.
Right. Well, he determined that you've got a center point of 0 for a magnet, right? And he did this work because I had this conversation with somebody about 1 + 1, and it was based on energy. And I said, well, it's only a theory. We accept that 1 + 1 = 2, but maybe it's not always so. And this information was sent to me. He says, look what this fella says. And he's got a magnet. And he says it's got a north and a south, but it's still only 1. So 1 and 1 doesn't equal 2, it equals 1 in this case. Then he puts 10 magnets down there. And he says there's 10 magnets there, but there's not. There's only 1. So 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 + and so on equals 1. But we've still got a north and a south. And he said these physicists just sat there going, you can't do that. You can't do that. He went, I've just done it. Now, that to somebody like myself, who's a bit of a layman, who's just had somebody explain something very simply, if he wrote the mathematics down, Jason, it wouldn't matter to me. It would be gobbledygook. But how he explained it, and then I thought, well, I wonder what other people would say to that. And when you do put that question to people who would have a better knowledge mathematically, they don't know what to say. That's very interesting to me, because that shows what an acceptance and what a faith that we have to put into a man that's taught us something. And as I said, we've been taught lies about everything. And when we were talking about what the Big Bang Theory, something happened to nothing, and here we are. You couldn't take it further away from a creator God if you tried. Then something happened to nothing, and here we are. That's that. So I would be ridiculed for putting my faith in a creator God that you can't see and blah blah blah. But a man has taught us something, and I can prove that we've been taught lies. So why wouldn't you be open-minded? Why wouldn't you be humble enough? Maybe it's because there's a lot of pride going around. I've had to have that pride kicked out of me.
And I think on that note, I'm rather tired.
No worries, mate.
fucking awesome, Webs. And I didn't get through half of shit I'd fucking written down. It's because I'm terrible. I need like an idiot board. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm impressed you wrote it down, mate, because for 2 years you had a pen and pad and you kept showing it me every time. You got a pen and pad? Yeah, I know, mate. When are you going to write in it? Well, I've wrote my name.
Well, you see, when it used to be me and Andy, I always used to do it like I would purposely not know anything about the guests that were gone on, and then I'd be able to ask them the questions of somebody that didn't know them. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
it were
Good
better
cop,
that I
bad
didn't
cop.
know them.
A good cop, bad cop thing.
Well, yeah, well, no, just like I'm just like one of the people in chat room who perhaps never heard of him. Anybody that's never heard of him, I'm going to ask the questions, but that they wanted to ask, they would ask, you know, rather than, because that's another thing that we used to do is like, we used to assume people were all on the same page, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And sometimes it weren't. So, yeah. Anyway. Thank you to everybody that's been in the chat. Cheers, Webby. Just hang about a second afterwards, and we'll have just 2 minutes of your time.
Okay, mate.
So yeah, thanks to everyone in the chat room. Thanks to Webby for joining me. And some bullshit happening somewhere. Yeah, good. That is the fucking. Watch that on YouTube if you see it. Some bullshit. So this perfectly normal thing. I've got a white coat on, so you can trust me. I'm a doctor or something. Fucking yes, it's a great world. See you later. Look out, I might be Friday, I might not. I think my voice is going. So cheers again, Webbit. See everybody soon.